This is a quote by Charles Kettering, an American inventor, engineer, and businessman. High achievement always takes place in the framework of high expectation. One way to define expectation is a belief that someone will or should achieve something. It's important to note that expectations can be set by anyone, including family, friends, teachers, and service providers like ourselves. And these expectations can positively or negatively influence a person's vision. Just as social role valorization suggested, there's a great power in expectations. Your expectations matter as a support professional. Have you ever experienced a situation where someone said something about you and it has stuck with you forever? Expectations certainly have an influence on our vision, our decisions, and how we see the world. And the same is true for those we support. Sometimes these expectations can be limiting, but if we can promote positive expectations and set the bar high when we are encouraging employment as an option for people, we will begin to see a shift in people choosing to enter the workforce and exploring the possibilities. Expectations clearly have an impact. This slide is based on what's known as the Pygmalion effect, which states that high expectations improve performance. When we have high expectations that everyone can work if they want to, people are more likely to fulfill those expectations and consider employment. This chart outlines the cycle of expectation. If we start with others' beliefs about us, their beliefs cause them to take action toward us. Those actions can then reinforce our own beliefs about ourselves. Our beliefs about ourselves influence our actions toward others. Our actions toward others have an impact on what others believe about us. And the cycle continues. Having high expectations is critical in this cycle and has a profound impact on performance. Again, your expectations are powerful and they matter. In order to cultivate high expectations for employment, we need to shift our thinking in several areas. As we think about the timing of introducing the concept of employment, we are often not sure if or when to talk about employment. Having high expectations means that employment is part of the conversation from the beginning and it is ongoing. It is never too late or too early to start thinking about a person's interest in work and what their employment goals might be. Oftentimes, in the field of disability support, there is a belief that what we call behaviors or the ways people communicate and make decisions need to be addressed first before entering the workforce. Employment First would suggest that work can support and enhance positive decision making and help a person practice what is socially acceptable in different environments. One of the biggest myths about skills is that people don't have any skills or enough employable skills in order to find meaningful work. We believe everyone has something valuable to contribute to the workforce. The more exposure and opportunities a person has to learn about themselves, the more opportunities a person has to enhance their skills. Building skills can be developed at home, day program, and other services. Skill building also happens on the job, and that's true for everyone. No one starts a job having mastered every task they are responsible for. Traditionally, within disability employment, training happened in group settings and sheltered workshops. Remember, we are leaving these segregated settings behind. The best training and preparation for employment happens in immersive, inclusive, and community based settings. And finally, there is often a misconception that a person either pursues employment or other services and that these services are working against each other. Let's be curious and reimagine how employment and other services can work together to support the employment and life goals of each person. Now that we've discussed how to shift our thinking around high expectations, let's consider what high expectations look like in action. Our high expectations promote a pathway to independence, and we can take steps that are personalized to each person to help identify and achieve their goals. High expectations for employment can include ongoing conversations about employment. Remember, it is never too late or too early to introduce the idea of work and talk about the possibilities. We can also encourage people to participate in household responsibilities. Not only will this help each person discover their skills and strengths, but it's an opportunity to build upon those strengths and develop their skills. High expectations also means contributing to teams or committees that include taking on specific roles, including leadership opportunities. When we talk about inclusion, we aren't just talking about the opportunity to participate. We are also expecting that people with disabilities take on leadership roles and have elevated responsibilities. This is another opportunity to identify skills and strengths. It is also the chance to build confidence and self esteem and explore a person's potential. Encourage people to share about their employment dreams and interests. We talked about the power of expectation and how our perceptions can influence expectation. When a person is talking about their dreams and their interests, and those around them are encouraging them, they are more likely to want to pursue that vision. High expectations for employment can also mean becoming a volunteer, signing up for a class, joining a club, or researching interests in person or online. These opportunities can be a great way to explore interest in a hands on way and get to know your own interests and preferences. Lastly, learning how to manage the money earned from having a job is important. It's never too early to start learning about spending, saving, creating a budget, and using online banking services, to name a few financial skills. Now, I want you all to take a few moments to reflect on your vision and your employment journey and what that looked like for you. How did you know what you wanted to do for work? How did you learn what you liked and you didn't like when thinking about work? How did you know what your strengths were? Have you ever changed jobs or been let go from a job? What skills did you develop through working? Again, these are all questions that we want you to think about and self reflect on. What did this look like for you? And what were your experiences within each of these areas? Finally, the takeaways for this section on the power of high expectations are: your expectations matter. Having high expectation for employment encourage people to explore the possibilities. Our expectations impact the decisions people make. There are ways we can shift our thinking about employment, and there are many creative ways to put high expectations in action.